To be honest, all I heard was a positive reaction. I haven't heard much cheering here. It's not the place for that over the past day. But today, when Pauline was spotted, she was swamped as she came down. She couldn't even get down. She's still being swamped by some family members have spoken with her. Some of the family of 10-year-old Matilda, who was shot and killed on Sunday, are here, and they spoke very passionately about their need for change. Let's have a listen to what Pauline said while she's been here.
My heart goes out to everyone here in the Jewish community. What has happened is devastating, and it's shocking to believe that this has happened in Australia. Now in our streets, all I call on Australians is that never give up hope that we can turn this around. We make change with this, but it starts with our leaders of this nation on the floor of Parliament to make sure that we give the right message, that Australians have a right to walk around this place, wherever it is in our country, without fear, that they must have the right to live in peace. I want to stand about the hatred that's happening in this country.
Let's see you do it.
Yeah.
That is my job. And I have not stopped talking out about this. And I've stood strong with the Jewish community over the past 2 years. I've been ridiculed for it. I've had a go at, but I've stood strong that this should never have happened. Everyone has a right in this country. It doesn't matter whether you're born here or whether you've migrated here for a better way of life. Everyone has a right to walk the streets in peace without fear.
Yes.
And that's what my message is. We can do it. Let's get back the Australia that I grew up for.
Pauline and Barnaby are now here posing for some photographs. There is the floral tributes in the background. Pauline, the fact that the Prime Minister was here very early yesterday morning, when there were very few people here, what does that say to you that he came, he did not speak to press, did not do a press conference? What does that say to you?
Thanks, Barnaby, Joyce. Good work, brother.
Didn't he speak to the media? Didn't he speak to the people?
No, I don't believe so.
Pauline Hanson.
That is not the leader of this nation. You know, if you're for this, then face the people.
Do you think he feared the reaction here?
Yes, he did.
He did.
He did, but that doesn't matter. You know, you earn up, you turn up, you fess up, you pay up, you correct. You don't. If you can't.
Did you fear the reaction? Did you think that maybe it might have been a hostile crowd? And are you surprised by the welcome?
No, I thought that. To be honest, I thought Pauline's it was going to be very well received, and I think that. But I think that even when not, you turn up. It's a sign to everybody else that of your character.
To listen to what the public have to say, whether you got it right or whether you got it wrong. If you're going to be a member of Parliament to represent the people, then you've got to listen to the people and you've got to hear what they're saying.
And you've been here for 20 minutes. You met Matilda's family.
Yes, I have.
The heartbreak of looking in their eyes, Pauline.
They're devastated.
What do you take from this? Speaking to them and others and feeling the energy of what this represents.
People want change. People want to feel safe in the streets. They want to know that they're not being targeted, and that's where I see it as being targeted. So the first thing I'd like to do is call on the Prime Minister to deal with these hate preachers that are out on our streets. Should not be allowed. And people, like the way the Jewish students were treated at the universities was disgusting what's happened in our country. So I want to see that don't be weak and don't be pathetic in how you deal with issues. If you know there is an issue there, it's not about whether you're going to get the Muslim vote in some of these communities to ensure that you're in government. It's about doing the right thing right across the board, what's fair and just, right across the board for all Australians.
How do you disallow that hate and that extremism?
You pull them up. I would have them rounded up.
Round it up,
and you would be charged over your hate speech. It should not be allowed on our streets. And the way after October the 7th, how they just went out there and celebrated, and it was the best thing that they've ever heard about. That should not have been allowed. They should have been actually questioned over that to have that. said. So I think that, you know, there's a lot of things that can be done to change it. And I also look at the people that we bring into the country. Certain countries, they should not be allowed to migrate here. And I'd like to see Australian citizenship extended out to 10 years before you can get your citizenship in this country. So that if they are these people that are not fit for this country, then, sorry, you don't get your citizenship.
Do you feel here and elsewhere the momentum for you two, this new team?
That's up to the people to decide.
But do you feel it? Surely you feel it here.
I feel a lot of support from the public. Wherever I go in the country, there's always strong support. I think people see me as a person that's not fear to speak up and speak my mind and stand up and fight for the Australian people. I don't cower into a corner. I call it out the way that it is. And a lot of people say to me, at least she's got the guts to say what we're thinking. And that's what I say to people. And that's what it's about. I chose to become a Member of Parliament with the blessing of the people of Queensland who voted for me. It's me up to now. I've seen people and heard, and even my grandfather fought at Gallipoli. These people put their lives on the line to protect and give us our democracy and our freedom of speech that we actually have in Australia. And you know what? I don't put my life on the line, but my job is to ensure that it's not forgotten on the floor of Parliament. And I have to continue that fight. They lost their lives and made sacrifices for us, for Australia.
Thank you, Pauline. Thank you. So there we have it, Pauline and Barnaby now leaving the memorial. People wanting to shake their hands. People, a man just said, I love you. Yeah, various people wanting to share their stories as well, Michael, because obviously, as you know, so many people in this crowd have personal stories related to Sunday night.
Yeah, they do indeed, Paul. It was interesting from where you were standing, but I'm back a little bit toward the edge of the pavilion at the other side of the floral memorial. And look, there was a little bit of a mixed reaction. I know that Paul